All right, we are rolling. Let's go. Welcome, everybody. I'm here with Todd, my absolute favorite client of all time. He is at 198 and he used to be 275. Super stoked to get into this. So, Todd, first of all, I just wanted you to introduce yourself, tell us about yourself, all that stuff.
I'm Todd. I'm 41 years old. I drive a semi, so that makes stuff a little rough at times. But
Yep,
um, I um, it's some changes I needed to make.
for
And
sure.
275, I wasn't happy. Went through this breakup and stuff, and like it just gave me some push to get better. And the
For sure.
first 40 pounds fell off, and then I was kind of stuck, and then that's where I met you, and then I've been on the roll ever since, basically.
Yeah. Yeah, he's been crushing it. He's very humble. He's
Yeah,
crushing it.
yeah,
But yeah, just kind of wanted to hear about like what your biggest struggles were before working with me. What was kind
yeah,
of keeping you stuck?
yeah. I wasn't really counting calories. The whole food thing I wasn't really in tune with. Um, the walking I wasn't doing a whole lot with. It was just basically how I lost my first 40 pounds was stop fast food, pop, a lot of caffeine,
Yep.
sugary stuff like that. But then it just kind of leveled off, and then once I learned the process of counting calories, eating whole foods, and walking,
Yeah.
walk. I walk
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
probably 7-8 miles a day. I mean, you could probably
Yeah.
see the tracker. I mean, it's a lot, and I'd rather walk than watch TV, honestly. So that's where I'm at.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember you talking about that. You've kind of replaced watching TV with walking.
Yeah,
And Todd walks a lot, everybody. Todd sends me some screenshots sometimes at the gym, like 7 miles on the treadmill, just an absolute legend. But yeah, wanted to dive in deeper. So before working with me, what was that moment where you were just like, I need to make a change?
I see myself in the mirror.
Mhm.
Wasn't happy. Um, and I've got a couple grandkids. I want to be around to see them grow up. So it just pushed me to make a bigger change. Like I said, driving semi makes it hard, but I mean, since I've been doing it with you, it's easy. I mean, if I
Mhm.
truck can do it, I mean anybody else can do it. It's
Yeah, 100%.
hard. I mean, yeah, it takes a lot of discipline and a
Mhm.
lot of accountability with the guy in the mirror. That's
Yep,
where it starts at. So
100%. And just kind of a lot of people come to me with excuses about, oh, I'm driving a truck or I'm super busy at work.
yeah.
There's time to find some time to work, right? Like it's not like you have to work out 7 days a week and run all these miles every day, right?
And like, if I'm stuck with a semi somewhere, like this past Wednesday, I texted, hey man, I'm going to miss the workout. Um, but I got my steps in. I was stuck with a truck, and I walked where I was waiting to load or unload, or stuck for the evening or whatever. And it just walking is so effortless. I mean,
Mhm.
it takes time. That's all it takes.
Yeah, 100%. And if
So,
you were talking to someone who's like 270, 250, trying to lose some weight, what would be the biggest thing you tell them? Would it be lift a bunch or would it be diet and steps?
diet and steps. The
Yeah,
the weights is kind of just the extra bonus that comes with it.
for sure.
And that obviously I'm lifting, and it helps too. But the walking, I love the walking. I just put my headphones on and just go walk. And,
For
and
sure.
my daughter too. My daughter just had a couple kids, obviously, because I'm a grandpa. So she's struggling with weight, and I've been trying to push her to come walking with me. Obviously, it's harder because she's got the kids.
Mhm.
Um, she's she's slowly doing it too, and
Let's
got
go.
a couple buddies that are doing the same thing too. They've been joined a gym, and hey, if you can do it, I can do it. I'm like, well, yeah. I mean, it's not hard. I mean, it's just
Yeah,
you got to put in the time.
100%, man. Yeah. It's super overwhelming for a lot of people when they try and start this journey because they think they have to go lift 7 days a week and do crazy workouts when it's really just steps and diet. Like we don't go to the gym to lose weight. We go to the gym to build muscle, mental health. It's fun to get a pump. It's really just fun for me. But
Yeah,
you know, we could have achieved even better like weight loss results probably just from walking a bunch and doing diet. But we like having muscle for longevity, looking good, and all that
sure.
stuff.
Absolutely.
Um, So yeah, it is very overwhelming when people start, and totally get it. But just wanted to kind of dive in. Uh, you've lost 75 pounds, over 75 pounds. How has that kind of impacted your life now? Like, what's different?
I mean, I feel better.
Mm,
My blood pressure is 100 times better. I haven't had any blood work done since I've lost weight, but I'm sure my cholesterol
mhm.
will be better. The compliments I get on a daily
Yeah.
is remarkable. Some people say, "Oh, Todd, you're too skinny." Well, yeah, the big Todd, so it's some people get negative about it, but then most of them, 90% of them are good for you. Keep going. Don't stop. And
Mm,
that drives a guy too. I get text messages from a couple buddies. Man, you're inspiring me to do this, and I'm like, good. For all of us to keep doing what we're doing.
yep. Yeah, everyone's rooting for you when you start, but once you actually do it, they're just like, "Oh, Todd, like we want to see old Todd."
Yeah,
But
yeah.
one of
Well,
the yeah,
want in that guy again because
no, yeah,
like I said, the first weight's hard. It was easy to come off, but the lower I get, obviously, the harder it is to come
yeah,
off. So I know what it takes to get there, so I'm just not going to throw it away to go back to that. You know,
mm,
but I drank a lot, which I still drink occasionally. I know I still
yeah,
drink here now. I still drink a couple cocktails every now and again. So it's not like I don't drink. I mean, you still do what you do,
hmm,
just do it in moderation. And
yeah, 100%. Yeah, everyone thinks they have to restrict themselves, go sober, lock in. But a drastic change like that is just going to lead to a binge, in my opinion.
yeah,
So like just whole foods and no drinking is not sustainable and it's not realistic. And like I'm not naive to assume you or any of my clients aren't cool people. Like I don't want you to just sit in your house and count calories all day and just live a
yeah.
boring life, right?
Yeah, like I said, I did a motorcycle ride yesterday. It was a
Yeah.
ride, and it went to a couple 3 bars, and I drink Miller Lite, so
Oh yeah.
I just drink like one beer at every bar. I had like 4 beers yesterday.
Yeah.
It's not like I got drunk. I don't do it
Yeah.
every day.
Yeah.
Just one of them things you still got to do. You got to you got to stay sane a little bit.
Yeah. 100%.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
I do think like it does require a bit of locking in at the start if you're trying to make a big change. But once you get to where you're at now, which is what I call within striking distance,
Mhm.
it's the best. Like I can have my friends come down, we can go out, we can eat pizza, we can do the whole nine, and I'll gain 4 or 5 pounds. I know exactly what to do to get back to where I want to be. And that's like the lifestyle you're going to have forever. But wanted to kind of dive into when we were kind of starting out and when you plateaued a bit, what's the mindset that just like kept you going more and more? Because I know you're into that stuff.
Well, I mean, I saw just looked at the big picture. I
Yeah.
knew where I want to be, and then like I told you, looking at you, how you are, and that's inspiration for myself too. And once I start, liking your stuff on Instagram and stuff, it's like you get other influencers and bodybuilders stuff popping up on Instagram and stuff, and you see all these guys like, man, if they can do it, I can do it. And that's you hit that plateau, and you got power through it. That's just basically what it is. I feel like I'm kind of hit it again, but I want to get there. I
100%.
that that's
Yeah.
fun. So
Yeah,
uh,
that's a really good affirmation. Just like anything you set your mind to, you're gonna achieve.
oh yeah,
And like everyone thinks like someone like you is like special. It's like, oh, his metabolism or he's on Ozempic or all this stuff. It's like
oh,
no, it's like no, he just did the normal basic stuff for a long time.
yeah.
And a lot of people have trouble swallowing that pill. And I get it, it is hard. But what would you kind of tell someone on the fence about like starting a weight loss journey for themselves?
Um, it's you got to do it because it's like a day with yourself, especially going to the gym. And you only get one life, and I want to be healthy. I've made that change, and I want it to stick that way. And you want to just yeah, I don't know, man. I just be you. I mean, you
Yeah.
gotta power through it, and yeah, I don't know, man. Yeah,
Yeah. A lot of people, will live bad habit lifestyle for 10 years and then expect to change in 2 months. But it's like it took 10 years to get there. I don't think, there's a balance to everything, right? So there's an opportunity cost to drinking every weekend, every week, twice a week for 10 years. Like that's going to add up. So yeah, I think, definitely thinking long term and understanding it's not going to happen in a day. And if it did happen in a day, you probably wouldn't be able to handle it, right?
Sure.
Like
Sure.
the journey you've been on has taught you so much more than just like, what if we snapped into 200 pounds in a day after being 275? You wouldn't know how to maintain it. So now, like, let's say for some reason you get back to 230, do you feel like you could cut back down on your own?
100%,
Yeah.
and there's been I think it was Memorial Day weekend. I'll take that for example. My parents were up here from Florida visiting, and I had a bad diet for a couple of days,
Mhm.
and I gained 3 or 4 pounds, but I knew what I had to do throughout the week to get where because my goal is at least lose a pound, pound and a half a week, and I
Mhm.
knew what I had to do to get back to that, and it happened. You get that mindset that you can do it. It's not hard.
Mhm. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Well, what are some of your favorite kind of hacks, if you want to call it a hack, or any kind of tips you have for fat loss?
Um, I mean, just count your calories.
Yeah.
Count your calories and eat the whole foods and walk.
Yep.
Like I said, and you preach this too. I don't eat right before bed. I get home from work, I'll change clothes, I'll go to the gym, I'll walk back home, I'll eat my dinner, I'll go for another 3, 4 mile walk, come home, shower, go to bed, rinse, repeat the next day, man. That's
Mhm.
how my nights.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, it kind of sounds repetitive. I mean, I'll switch up my walks. I don't do the same route every night. 'Cause, I mean, that would make things rougher too. But
Yeah.
like I said, I walk to the gym, back and forth to the gym, and like you said, and you preach this too. You go to the store, park far away, take the stairs, not the elevator, all this stuff. And
Mhm.
I've been doing that for a long time.
Yeah,
And
it adds up for sure. And just little like micro actions like parking farther away. Like I live right next to the elevator and I never take it because I know it's an extra, 1,000 steps a day. That's
yeah,
an extra 7,000 a week, an extra 28,000 a month.
yeah,
And you don't think that's going to add up for a long period of time, right? So I think those micro actions are super awesome. Just having it in the back of your head, like even like when you're at a gas station, checking the nutrition facts of,
mhm,
a protein bar, seeing like, oh, this one's 300 calories, this one's 200 calories. Just eat the 200-calorie one,
yeah.
for sure. And like, wanted to ask, what was kind of your mindset on nutrition before we started working together? Did you ever think about calories or just kind of pleasure?
I just kind of ate whatever I felt like
Yeah.
eating, and I watched a little bit the first 3 or 4 months before I met you, where I lost my first 30 or 40 pounds. Like I said, I didn't hit that plateau, and then I ran into you on Instagram and a couple others, and trying to figure out what I need to do to lose more weight because I was stuck at I think at 235 when we first started.
Hmm.
So it's like, what do I got to do to get over this hump
Hmm.
and and not starve myself?
Yeah, make it enjoyable for sure. I
And
know. Yeah.
you got to eat because if you're just going to starve yourself, that first off is not healthy.
No.
And then um, just you need the nutrients too. So
Hmm. Yeah. And what do you think are some like misconceptions out there about fat loss now that you've lost 75 pounds?
I mean, I don't know. You can eat what you want still.
Yeah.
You don't. You can drink pop, make it diet soda, zero sugar stuff, which I don't drink a lot. I mean, maybe
Yeah.
Sprite zero at the best, but
Yeah.
um, you just don't listen to all the noise out there. And you
Yeah.
preach that too. There's so much crap out there that
Yeah.
people can latch onto and not get the true facts about
Hmm.
things. And you preach the truth about everything, and that's one thing. If somebody's on the fence, go to your Instagram and just scroll down your videos because you speak the truth on
Hmm.
everything so far. So
For sure. Yeah. And like I suffered from that because I was a victim to all the noise out there. When I started social media, it was just like, oh, don't eat, people are saying don't eat seed oils. Let me just say that. And just
sure.
like
Sure.
we wouldn't have accomplished much if you came to me and I was like, Todd, just avoid seed oils and processed foods, and
Yeah.
that'll make you lose weight. That is a scammer. Like that is
Yeah.
yeah. But
Yeah.
it's good, but like
Yeah.
what's gonna move the needle?
Yeah, exactly. And there's so much of that crap out there. And that's before I signed up with you, I looked at your videos and stuff, and and you're speaking the truth. Plus, you look great, and you can't be, you know, watch my language, a big, fat
Yeah,
guy, not and preaching all this stuff,
yeah,
man. Nobody's gonna listen to you.
100%. Well, epic, Todd. Really appreciate that. And just kind of the last question: what's next for you? What's your new goal?
Well, I think 185 is my next shot.
Yeah,
Um, Starting to get some definition in my abs a little bit in the stomach
yeah,
area. I want the six pack.
hell yeah,
I'll get it.
100%,
And
100%. You will.
get the upper chest coming in more, and it's just I I'm getting real close. And
Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
get,
fat loss is a bit more volatile. Muscle is a pain in the ass sometimes
but
because but it's worth it. It's just really all time in the game.
I can go 2 weeks where it doesn't look like I'm getting any muscle.
Yeah,
But
it's the worst sometimes.
that's where you can't get discouraged,
Hmm.
because it takes a long time to build muscle. It just don't happen overnight.
Yeah, for sure.
And a lot of it comes down to your diet. You gotta
Hmm.
have protein and the right calories. You can't eat too much or not enough. And yeah, I'm still experimenting with some of it too. I'm not locked in 100% on that yet either,
Yeah,
and
100%.
effects of that too. So
Yeah, I'm excited to do that the next couple of months. And then, I feel like you're ready to just take it on by yourself. Like you're going to experiment with things. You're not going to get discouraged. You're going to keep pushing.
yeah,
But yeah, Todd, I'm so blessed to have worked with you and get your message out there. Hopefully people take inspiration from you because
it helps. I've got a couple of friends that's inspired, so
yeah,
it
it's
helps
amazing, man.
even better. So,
Yep. Well, perfect. Yeah. Any last words or anything, any words of advice for the people out there?
and just believe in yourself. That's
Love it.
what it boils down to. Hold
Got
yourself.
to.
That's what I do every day. I don't feel like going to the gym every day, but
No.
I do what
Yeah.
you do.
Yeah, that's the problem with being consistent. You're not always gonna feel good.
Yeah,
If you go to the gym like twice a month, you're gonna feel good and crush the lift. But we're super consistent guys and just get it in no matter what because we say what we're gonna do. But
yeah.
this has been epic, Todd. Really appreciate it.